شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوي پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا
Good evening. Today is Monday, May 19, 2025. I'm Suleiman Talash and you're watching English News Bulletin from RTA News. Let's dive into today's news updates from the country and beyond. During his visit to Russia, Justice Minister Sheikh Abdul Hakim Shari met with a number of businessmen and Afghans living in Russia. The Ministry of Justice says that during this meeting, Mr. Shari listened to the problems of these Afghans and investors and gave the necessary instructions to the Embassy of the Islamic Emirate to resolve them. A delegation led by Minister of Mines and Petroleum Mullah Hidayatullah Badri has traveled to Iran. The Ministry of Mines and Petroleum says that Mr. Badri will attend the second international conference of mineral experts and researchers in the country and will also meet with representatives of various companies and investors. With the financial support from India, the Ministry of Refugees and Repatriations has launched a new round of humanitarian assistance targeting around 5,000 Afghan returnees, beginning with the distribution of food items to nearly 300 families in Kabul. Officials say the Islamic Emirate remains committed to supporting returnees and has international community to expand aid to both returnees and internally displaced individuals. Here is the rest of the story.
With the efforts of the Ministry of Refugees and Repatriations, a new round of assistance for approximately 5,000 returnees has begun, supported financially by the Government of India. As part of this initiative, food packages were distributed to around 300 families on Sunday. In a message delivered during the ceremony held on this occasion, the Ministry of Refugees and Repatriations reaffirmed the Islamic Emirate's full commitment to providing necessary facilities and support the returning families.
The Islamic Emirate is striving for a permanent solution to the problems of all returning Afghans. At present, we have designated 58 townships for refugees. We hope that with the activation of these townships, the returning Afghans will have a place to live.
Officials once again urged international community to scale up its support for returnees and internally displaced families.
We are grateful to anyone who helps us in this regard. We also call on our fellow countrymen, both inside and outside the country, as well as on other nations, to help the Afghans in this difficult situation and to offer as much assistance as they can. These are approximately 5,000 packages that are intended to be distributed to 5,000 families. So far, we have already invited several families to the available area, and this distribution is being carried out for 5,000 families.
All the returnees have welcomed the recent assistance. They continue to call on national and international organizations to provide assistance and increase support.
We appreciate the support, but it is not enough. Living conditions are tough, especially for migrants who are without shelter. I have a bachelor's degree, yet I am still unemployed. We request that more help to be provided. This is not enough. There are no jobs and there is widespread unemployment.
According to the Ministry of Refugees and Repatriation Affairs, approximately 35,000 Afghan returnees have arrived in Kabul, while around 20,000 internally displaced people have also been registered.
The Ministry of Public Health has issued a statement rejecting the recent statements of the Executive Director of the United Nations Population Fund regarding the increase in maternal mortality rates. The ministry called these statements baseless, the presented figures inaccurate, lacking accurate evidence, and an unfair step against the country's ongoing health developments. The statement stated that after the Islamic Emirate regained power, special attention has been paid to maternal and child health in Afghanistan. The number of health centers has increased, the presence of midwives and health workers has expanded, and access to maternity services has become easier and more widespread in all regions. Maulavi Hasibullah Ahmadi, head of the Counter-Narcotics Department of the Ministry of Interior Affairs, met with the UN Addiction Treatment Counselor. He discussed drug control efforts and the Islamic Emirates' commitment to treating addicts. The UN counselor and officials commended the department's work, emphasizing their shared goal of treating and preventing addiction and ensuring full cooperation. Officials from 2 foreign companies have expressed interest in investing in solar and wind power projects with a combined capacity of 200 to 400 megawatts in Afghanistan. The announcement was made during a meeting with Mullah Abdul Latif Mansour, the Minister of Energy and Water. According to the ministry, Mr. Mansour welcomed the investment interest and stressed the need to expedite coordination and take practical steps to launch these renewable energy initiatives. The National Statistics and Information Authority officials convened with the relevant ministries' delegations to discuss sending teams for the identity verification of Afghan refugees in Iran. The agency highlighted that assisting with identity verification and population registration for these refugees is a top priority. Let's see the rest of the story.
The National Statistics and Information Authority has announced that the Deputy Directorate of Population Registration in Iran, during a meeting with representatives from relevant ministries, stated that initial preparations have been completed to deploy working teams for addressing the issues of Afghan refugees. According to the statement, these teams will soon be dispatched to Iran to verify the identities of Afghan refugees residing there as a part of efforts to resolve their documentation and registration challenges.
In this meeting, Maulavi Muhammad Nabi Nasrat, Deputy Director of National Statistics and Information Authority, emphasized the priority of establishing identity and civil registration services to assist Afghan refugees in Iran.
On the other hand, Afghan refugees residing in Iran have welcomed the decision of the National Statistics and Information Authority. They have also urged the Islamic Emirate to pay greater attention to the situation and needs of Afghan refugees living in Iran.
که خبر بسیار خوشحال کننده و مسرت آور است برای تمام مهاجران افغانستان.
This news is uplifting for Afghan immigrants in Iran, especially in Tehran. With ID cards issued, they can easily obtain passports, addressing a major challenge for migrants. The Statistics Department program to issue electronic ID cards for Afghan migrants in Iran is a vital, helpful and human step that will greatly reduce identity-related issues for refugees.
The National Statistics and Information Authority serves as a reputable national institution responsible for the scientific recording of data, coordinating of statistical activities, geographical information management, and population registration. It provides wide-ranging public services to citizens across the country on a daily basis.
A standard building for a school has been constructed in the Logar refugee township. The building has been constructed for the Salahuddin Ayubi Primary School in the refugee and returnee townships in the center of Logar, which will be put into use in the near future. The building has 16 classrooms, 5 administrative rooms, a meeting hall, a computer lab, a laboratory, solar power and regular water systems, and other necessary facilities. And the final one is that the Rural Rehabilitation and Development Department of Faryab Province has completed the construction of a 5.6-kilometer long road in Alti Bolak village of Karmakol district. During the construction of this road, dozens of workers were provided with employment opportunities, and upon its completion, the transportation problems of the residents of this village were resolved. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to the latest news updates from RTA News. Have a good night.
شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوي پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا